Hello everyone, welcome back to the Phone Museum. Today I brought Samsung Galaxy A01 Core. In 2021, Samsung's smartphone lineup with Z, S or Note count as a flagship smartphone, and with the A, M or F and starting number with 7, 8 or 9 counts as a high-end smartphone, starting number with 5, 6 or 7 counts as mid-range smartphone, and start number with 3 or 4 count as a budget smartphone, and start number with 0, 1 or 2 count as a budget entry-level smartphone. This product is A01 Core, so it means very cheap smartphone. And in Samsung product and with the Core, it means the OS is Android Go edition. On Amazon, Galaxy A01 is cheaper than A01 Core, but I like to use Android Go edition, so I bought this model. With shipping and tax, I paid about 115 US dollar. Android Go edition is too long to say, so I will say Android Go later on. So Google tried to sell more Android smartphone in many countries. So they start doing Android One project, but many reasons it sell more like mid-range smartphone than cheap under $150 smartphone. So in 2017 December, they introduced Android Oreo Go edition. The Android One project is Google support for the updates, but manufacturer have to use stock Android. But Android Go is manufacturers can pick their own launcher or user interface, but update from manufacturer, not directly from the Google. Also, Android Go is tweaked version of Android, so it's much lighter for lower performance and storage device. And most of Android Go products are use stock Android. Samsung, however, use Samsung's experience or Samsung One UI for the Android Go device. I was wondering about One UI from Android Go, so here we are. This version from the Vietnam, so it's dual SIM model. In here, just regular little guidebook about SIM card and those kind of stuff. And there's a phone, and there's little wall adapter, which is 5 volt with 0.7 amps, which is 3.5 watt, which is really slow charging. Probably a regular watch charger might be faster than this one. And there's a SIM card tray pin for it, and that's it. There's no headphone or no case, nothing. So let's move this one and let's open this phone. I already put on my SIM card in here, so let's just boot up. And you can see there's Android Go edition. This device has 3 different names, depends on the country. In most of country, I think, it's sold as Galaxy A01 Core, and around the Indian Ocean, around the India, those area, it sells as Galaxy M01 Core, and around the Africa, it sells as Galaxy A3 Core. And there's a 3 different storage options: 1 GB RAM with 16 or 32 GB, and 2 GB RAM with 32 GB option. Mine is 2 GB RAM with 32 GB storage. This device has 28 nanometer processed MediaTek MT6739, which is a 1.5 GHz quad-core Cortex-A53 with Imagination Technologies PowerVR GE8100 single core, which clocked up to 570 MHz. PowerVR is mostly used in iOS, but really rare in Android. So I kind of worry about the app optimization with the PowerVR GPU. In my case, the last time PowerVR GPU used, with Android OS was back in 2012 with Galaxy Player 3.6. The screen is 5.3 inch, 18.5 by 9 ratio. In 19.8 by 9 ratio, I think Galaxy S8 and S9 5.8 inches is kind of middle size. So this is a half inch smaller than S8 or S9, so it's a pretty compact size in 2021. For size comparison, this is iPhone 6s, but same size as iPhone SE, so it's about similar. This is a little bit taller, but about same size. With the Galaxy S6 Edge is like this. The size, the height is about same, but width is 6 Edge is wider, which is 16.6 by 9 ratio and 5.1 inch. And this is LG G7, which is much bigger device compared to this one. And for the screen resolution, it has 1480 by 720, which is 310 ppi, which is also similar to 2 years old iPhone 11, which is much expensive. Of course, it is LCD screen, not AMOLED screen. And in front, there's 5 megapixel f2.4 camera, and rear there's an 8 megapixel f2.2 camera. Inside of here there's 3000 milliamps battery, and in back here this is just simple plastic with the little pattern they put on here, which is pretty nice for the, I think, pattern looks much better than just a simple plastic bag. In here there's a 3.5mm headphone jack, speaker, and a micro USB type B, and does not support any rapid charger. And let's simply compare Samsung's Android Go product. So far as I know, there is 4 different Android Go made by Samsung: Galaxy J2 core, J4 core, A2 core, and this model. For the spec, Galaxy J2 core and A2 core use 14nm Samsung Exynos processor. J4 core use 28nm Snapdragon. Overall AP performance, Galaxy A2 core is the best with a 14nm octa-core CPU. The biggest downside of Galaxy A01 core is the CPU. I wish they put Exynos 850, or at least they put Exynos 7870 from Galaxy A2 core, but this is just 28nm MediaTek processor with quad core. But this is the first Samsung's Android Go product with 2GB RAM with 32GB storage and support Bluetooth 5.0. And for the rear camera, I assume they use the same camera sensor from J2 core, except for A2 core. But for the front-facing camera, aperture is changed to 2.4. And now let's see the software. I can swipe unlock, and you can see it's Samsung One UI layout, and in the Google folder there's a Assistant Go, Google Go, Gallery Go, and I think that's a Map Go. So the apps with the Go behind at the name, they're designed for the lower spec device and small app size with consume a small amount of RAM and mobile data. So I will introduce those apps in the future, and I will try use this as my phone. But unfortunately, this phone, as I know, only support one of frequencies of the carrier I'm using. So I think I might it is hard to use as a daily driver for me, so I will try to use as a daily driver, and if the phone cannot catch my carrier frequency, then I will use this device as a main device other than phone call or message. And I will put my main SIM card in old Galaxy S6 Edge with the ultra power setting mode on. So this phone only acts as a smartphone, not smartphone, as a phone, and send a receive message. That's it. So that's a future plan for this phone. And like this, we just simply open the Galaxy A01 core and compare with the other Samsung's Android Go smartphones. And I will test this device and let you know about it. Thank you for watching my video, and hopefully see you in the next video. Thank you.